Hi, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome to the next episode of ECC, where we like to educate, collaborate, and communicate with our brands. We recently celebrated Thanksgiving, and one thing that I'm really thankful for is where I work and the culture that we have here. And what we want to talk to you about today is a speaker that we recently saw.
Yeah, so as we shared, we were at the Secret Service Summit down in Cleveland, and we love going to this conference every year. There's always a great lineup of speakers, and we thought that over the next number of episodes, we would go through the different speakers that we heard. And today we would like to talk about Arnie Melhem.
Yep. And
he's the founder and CEO of CJ Advertising out of Nashville. And they're an ad agency for personal injury lawyers. And they've been around 23 years. And he talked a lot about the stigma associated to being in the personal injury law environment and how hard it was to keep strong employees in that field. So his focus was on creating a culture that was so incredible that you couldn't leave.
Right. So he's written a book, and it's called Worth Doing Wrong, and how he created this business and became really good at culture is that he kept doing it wrong. He kept trying things. Is this going to work? Is this going to work? He got to a point where there's complete autonomy with all of the people that work there. They have unrestricted time off. There's been so many perks that they're able to have within this business because everybody lives by the same value, and the more he's given to them, the more that they're giving back to him in what they're doing with their customers.
And that's such an inspirational outcome. And he actually spoke right out of the gates about how they threw out their policy manual, and that thought just seems inconceivable.
Right.
But the idea being, the only policy you need to work by is to do the right thing, which really aligns with living the golden rule, which our brands are all talking about and trying to instill in our cultures. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was pretty profound in terms of just do the right thing.
And I really liked how he inspired his people to be educated instead of trained. So he talks about education and ongoing, moving yourself forward with what you're learning. Mm-hmm. And so within his business, he put together what he calls the Better Book Club. And he has a library of books, and he's actually built a piece of software to manage everything. And they basically pay people to learn and pay people to educate themselves. So that's certainly something that we're excited about. We've been talking about a library for a long time around here for our moment makers and even for ourselves and our leadership team. So that is one thing that we took from this and we're going to run with. And the other thing is having your culture become something you can refer to, something you can talk about. So for him, it's camel culture. And they've taken this idea of a camel and everything. They do different spin-offs and different plays on the word camel.
Yeah.
So we're also looking at what we can do with our internal culture and have something tangible to
that
speak
can
to.
Symbolize everything that we are internally and externally. So we have some ideas. So you'll be hearing more about that in the coming months, I'm sure. One of the other cool things we thought was pretty impactful was the way they embrace tenure. And often companies are looking for the new blood to bring in and often overlook those that have been loyal and grown themselves and moved through the organization. And his focus is very much on celebrating tenure. Yeah. And so for the first 5 years, if you celebrate your 5th year milestone, you actually end up receiving this, what he refers to as an ugly Letterman jacket that everybody wants and wears very proudly. So we thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
At 10 years, they celebrate tenure with a Rolex, which seems crazy.
Inspirational.
And he said that over the years with smartphones and Apple Watches and all of these things that people have shifted to not really value the Rolex. So he's shifted his thinking to, I will buy you something that aligns with the passion you have. And he spoke about one woman who is into music and always dreamt of having a baby grand piano, and he got her baby grand piano. And his whole thought was, if she's happy and we celebrate her loyalty, she'll tell her friends and family and work that much harder and be really proud of the culture she belongs to. Yeah. So we thought that was pretty inspiring.
We did. So, I mean, we could go on and on about all the things that we learned, but, again, his name is Arnie Melham, and his book is called Worth Doing Wrong. Lots of great ideas, and
he's certainly worth checking out, and we look forward to taking the learning that we can apply here on a scale that fits for us, and certainly recommend you checking him out. Yeah. And we'll share future speakers that we had the pleasure of engaging with in our future episodes. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Have a great day, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.